Hello, this is David, and welcome to Equity Story. Again, this is a weekly chart, but again, it's good to see our market again being strong today. And you can see here off this daily chart, we've had it's really good. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. Nicely, sort of generally speaking, on a nice upwards trend. Most probably due to just come back a little bit over the next few days, but again, I think what it will mean that the bullish trends should keep on trending up really nicely. And I think you can see that actually with all the trends we got on today. I mean, Vocus had a nice again move up today, up just under 1%, looking better than ever. Burston, we're up 5% at the moment in this trade. I think it's got more to go. It looks very, very good. Again with TPG Telecom, fantastic. It's got further to go. We're up about 5%. It looks very, very strong. Goodman looking good. FPH, I think you could not have a better looking chart. It's just so you can see it a little better. FPH. I've said this before. It's definitely in one of my top 10 trending list. As is possibly Domino's. Again, looks great. We're up about 3%. I think she's got more in her. CGF, again, great looking trend. And hopefully can have a nice little move up over the next few days. And SGR, again, I think we're up about 3.5%. We may be struggling a little bit. I think this is definitely going higher, but obviously that $6 level needs to maybe causing a little bit of resistance, but it absolutely looks fine. Just going on some other stocks. I had a call on Hub. Hub is one where we've got a long-term hold on it. We're trending this, and we're going long on it because we think it's again a really good growth story. One possibly in the future we could add this one maybe as a 3-year growth story. We definitely should be looking at it for that. But again, it's trending beautifully. It's come down, hit that long-term trend, it's bounced back off it. And again, for the patient, we really do like the store, and I think for the patient, I think Hub will be a really good money winner for us over the next year or so. I'd just like to say Yowie. Funny enough, one of the guys we're talking about Yowie in the office today, and I think it was good to see their share price bounce back today. I think the report they put out the other day was pretty poor, and unlike one of the guys in the office explained, he was just saying it's a little bit ridiculous that in that report they didn't talk about any of the seasonality of buying of chocolates, which obviously can affect sales within quarters. So I think in some ways the management, it was a really poor announcement, and I don't think it really reflects the company. I think the company's a lot better than what the announcement showed, and hopefully in the next quarter, I think you'll see a big uplift in sales of chocolates, and I think Yowie will bounce back pretty nicely. Just like to say, we put Bellamy's on today. Now, I didn't buy Bellamy's anything more than there's certain patterns that charts have, and you talk about your nines and your basically your pivots and your turn ups and all this sort of stuff. But here you got a classic charting pattern on a daily chart, and for me this is very, very bullish. And you got your 9 moves and your 9 down, and I don't know if we don't always follow 9s to a degree, but it's something you just keep an eye on, you look at, and stocks can move in those sort of 9s and 10s and 8s. They can move in those sort of movements. Now it's hard for me to explain, but everything about it, apart from the fact that MACD's looking really bullish, the way this chart has just moved down and had this big move up quickly is really, really bullish. And I was actually watching the way it's trending today, and it jumped up as high as just under $2. It came back, jumped up again. I think it's a great trend. I know there's a few broking houses have got really high valuations on Bellamy's. I was looking at one today. It had a valuation of about $16, which I thought was there's another one, a valuation of 20. I mean, it's a huge growth industry, and this is one definitely we should get in pretty quickly as a 3-year growth story. But again, the trend for me looked really good, and I think this will go on with it over the next few days. Well, hopefully it will, because we're already making money, and hopefully we can make a lot more with the stock in over the next few days. I'd just like to say, generally speaking, all those 3-year growth stories are absolutely doing brilliantly for Equity Story, and we said, even the Catapult, we said the other day it would come back and test that high and bounce beautifully off those trend lines. And the other day we were sort of sitting in the office, and I said I really feel passionate to get a 3-year growth story and try and pick one really early this time in the piece, and see if we can get a Burson Group or an ARB, and I'm talking about those two stocks in particular, because the stock we actually chose as a new 3-year growth story today was a company called Power Holdings. Now, go to the long-term chart, you see it a little bit easier. Again, this is, why do we like it? Because it's growing its earnings over 20%, and it's got huge growth potential, similar to sort of, like I was saying with BAP, and similar to ARB, it has car accessories and parts, and apparently their cooling system could be hugely beneficial in a lot of the electric cars. So this company's got, has just bought a company in the States to grow the business, and I'm really excited to have this 3-year growth story, and I think it's over the next year or so, or 2 years, this is going to be another hopefully big money earner for the Equity Story members. I really am very fond of this story, and I mean, if you go to the website, read about it, and if you like it, have a look at it, and obviously get some. I'd just like to say I'd like to thank all the Equity Story members. We get a lot of emails every day. Sort of, Dave, have you had a look at this stock? And Dave, what do you think about this company? And if we like it, we look at it, throw it to the analysts, and we have a look. And I think it's the best thing about Equity Story, that here we're not these sort of pig-headed people who believe that all our ideas are the best ideas. To the contrary, for example, I'll give you an example of how important members are. Moy is a company that's up another 12% today, and we put this on about 11 cents, and this was all from one day basically having a really good chat with one of our members who works in the industry, and we're talking about some really good, and he said, Dave, have a look at this MOY, and I'm in the business, and this is really exciting, and blah blah blah. We got talking, so we looked to the analysts, we put it on again, bang, up it goes. So our members are important to us, and I think the reason Equity Story is as successful as we are is not only do we have a good team here, but we've got a fantastic group of members, and there's loads of members I've got here at Equity Story. I think they could have their own website. They're really clever people, so I think we're a very lucky company. So keep the ideas coming, guys, and I'd like to thank you all for obviously supporting Equity Story, and I look forward to bringing you this report tomorrow night. Good night.